see. Are we live? All right. I believe that
Pull
we
up
are.
Discord.
Yeah, I think we're live and we're feeding out to the folks out there. Yes, there is a Discord, babyface. If you get a chance, throw the link up in the chat for the folks out there. Share that with the peoples.
You need to start grabbing that link for
I
when
think
I'm not here.
yeah, I think Lola grabbed it. Here, I'll put the Discord up there. All right, so there you go. There's people already celebrating that we're coming on. So now let me.
Oh yeah, look at that, 6:45.
Yes, we are live from Utreon, so we can hold guns. Check this out. What? Look at that. This is my Ruger American in an MDT chassis. It's a big gun.
I recognize that.
Yeah, does this look familiar, Patrick?
I got a lot of hate for building that gun for you.
Really?
You should see the comments under the video. A lot of people, I would never let you touch one of my guns. And I was like, that's good, because I wouldn't touch your gun anyway.
We're going to have to go look at that video and see what was the problem.
Yeah, I got a ton of hate. And that MDT chassis, really, really popular overseas. Australia and the UK, I got a ton of views on it. I didn't realize it was that big of a deal.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we're going to have to pull it up. But we're broadcasting live from Utreon, so we can hold shooters. There you go. Patrick's got Crank.
Look at
Look
at those new magazines. How
those
sweet.
So these are 545 mags.
545 mags, and they're clones of. So the new modern AK-12 uses a magazine that looks just like this.
I like the way they did the window. I like that. That's
it looks cool. But yeah, so far they're okay. They're not perfect.
Okay.
But to get a AK-12 magazine, people are asking like $180 for a single AK-12 magazine.
No, those are good. What are those?
So
cost?
this $17.
Oh, there you go. Awesome.
Yeah, $17. It's got front and back metal. The only thing it doesn't have is metal feed lips. But I threw it around the yard. No shit, you will be proud of me. I went out back and threw it around the yard. I threw it on the ground. I threw it in at a tree. Nothing broke yet. So
pretty good. There you go. So that's why we're live on Utreon. If you guys are watching this on YouTube later, you want to join us live, come on to Utreon/Who Moved My Freedom. That's the place to find us so that you can see us fondling these kind of beautiful guns. If you're listening to this on audio, you want to join us live, do that as well. And you can join us on Discord. Can people, if they don't have the link, how do they get up on the Discord? They have to have the link, right?
You need to post that link up in other places because they need to have that link.
Okay, I'll share it.
I don't know that there's an easy way to find this Discord. If you know how to find Discord servers, it's called Who Moved My Freedom with a question mark. I don't know of a good way to find those other than just sharing links. That's how I've always done it. So
okay, there you go. I'm gonna hit the open button and get going right now.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation: Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Franklin Armory. Franklin Armory provides 100% US-made firearms and awesome binary option triggers. Their focus and purpose is to provide freedom tools to all Americans, especially those in not-so-free states. So when you're in the market, please consider Franklin Armory. All right, bada bing, bada boom. We are live right now. Let's see. Let's get those jazz hands going. There you go, jazz hands. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on because
you sound tired.
I've been out running around all day. Look at my sexy haircut, man. I haven't had.
It looks good, nice and clean. Yeah, cleaned up.
Yeah, I haven't had a haircut in more than a month. I've been all day outside the house. I think I left here today at around 9 or something like that, and I just got back to the house. Been running around, haircut, doing all kinds of different things in Gainesville. So this is episode of 947 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. We're supposed to have Eric Goss of Axis Works on the show. We had him scheduled and all that kind of stuff.
He might come in, he might not.
Yeah, also he might not be aware that there's a time difference. I don't know.
How did last night's show go?
Oh, it was awesome.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Is this the first time you've had him, the guy last night?
Larry
Is
Correa?
This the first time he was on the podcast?
Yes. The first time Larry Correa was on the podcast last night.
How, what was it like? Because you said he's a big gun guy.
Yeah. So Larry Correa, before he was he's got a lot of books up, if you guys don't know. Lots of books. If you look him up, Larry Correa, and these are just some of his books. He's done the Monster Hunter series, Son of a Black Sword, all kinds of, he's got tons of books out there. He's won awards, all kinds of stuff for this. But before he did all of this, he owned a gun store. He sold machine guns.
What?
Stuff like that.
No way. Yeah. Okay, so he knows his stuff.
Yeah, he was an NRA instructor, 3-gun. He did 3-gun. He still does 3-gun stuff. All of that. Legit gun guy. So yeah, it was a pretty good show. And I'm going to throw some I'll have some snippets and all that kind of stuff at some point. But this is the big book that he has coming out in January. It's called In Defense of the Second Amendment, and is the first book that he's written that is nonfiction. And you guys can pre-order this. And he's a for real gun guy, and I'm looking forward to actually being able to read this and then supporting it and stuff like that when it comes out. So, it's interesting to see someone who is that prolific in writing out there doing this kind of stuff. So it was a great conversation.
Did you have a chance to ask him how being a gun owner, gun proliferator, how that's affected him in the industry? Because I know I feel like anytime you get into any creative industry, it's always run by people who don't like guns.
Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about several subjects around that, and for sure he has been affected by all the goings on.
I always wonder, because I imagine we talked to that one time we had the dating show act.
I always forget his name. Chuck Woolery.
Chuck Woolery, yeah. That time we had Chuck Woolery on, he said the same thing. He was like, they push you out of Hollywood real fast.
Yeah. Who is this? 42 Chill said he had guns. Yes, he had guns. He's a big gun guy.
Nice. Had
some very nice guns. He lives in Utah. He has his own range on his property. Very big range out there, Getting this guy has, he's got movie rights and stuff like that have been bought by different companies.
So he's got some money hanging around.
Yeah, Larry Correa is a big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a big deal. Night Train says Larry Correa is the man. I listened. I have a bunch of audiobooks.
I'd never heard of him until you talked about him a couple, maybe 6 months ago, but I had not heard of him.
Yeah. So what was I gonna? There was something I was gonna say, and it went totally out of my brain.
It'll come back around.
Yeah. By the way, Patrick Babyface P is here. I don't know. Papa Face P at some point. He's gonna.
Not yet.
I don't know if are we switching your moniker? What? Oh God. So Night Vision Jesus. Night Vision Jesus. I was talking.
Oh, and you got to remember, this is the one to live by here.
Nobody is coming to save you. Truth. Facts.
And the picture in the background is from the 94.
Is that Roof
LA
Koreans?
riots? Yeah, that's Roof Koreans in the background.
God bless those guys.
They interviewed one of the Roof Koreans not only a couple years ago about everything that happened. It was pretty interesting listening to him talk.
Yeah. By the way, all the guys who skipped out on last night, shame on you. You should go back and listen to it. You thought because I had an author on, we weren't going to be talking guns. Man, that dude was showing off some badass guns out of here.
Does he have
JP
cool
rifles? JP rifles. He didn't show any machine guns. He has some nice guns, SIG stuff, and he had some cool guns. So, I was going to tell you that I was talking about you at the barbershop because I was complaining about squirrels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And there was actually one dude that was like, listen, man, how many squirrels you got? I was like, I got lots of squirrels. He was like, I will come to your house with a 410, and I will catch like 20, 30 squirrels.
Does he get to keep and eat them? Is that why?
Yes, yeah, he likes to eat them. I was like, let me check with the wife, which I told Lola, and she was like, he's totally welcome.
Yep, pop them all.
Yeah, but we were talking about all the different like things out here, like how there's a fox out here now, and that we're seeing, and coyotes. And
Sailor used to keep all those at bay. Even the squirrel population
Sailor. Yeah, they were scared.
Yeah, it wasn't what it is today.
No, they didn't stay on the ground that long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Dan Hates You says, I didn't know you did a show last night. Okay, Dan. All right.
That Dan Hates You cannot be a real person. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
No,
it's not. It's a robot. It's a bot. It has to be.
Why you say that?
I have had times where I will post something on Instagram or on YouTube. Dan Hates You
immediately.
40% of the time, the first comment comes from him. I don't know how, and it's within like 2 seconds of me posting it.
Yeah, he's some kind of alien
he's not
machine. Real.
Yeah, he's an alien machine that is put here to spy on us or something.
Yeah,
I don't know how anybody could do that. Yeah, he's part of the Matrix.
Right. DCG44 says he's not talking about me. He's not just self-promoting, guys. It was a good show. Suggest you guys go back and watch. It was a great show. Larry Correa is awesome, man. He's a legitimate
tonight
gun.
Though. We don't have Walther to worry about. Tonight will be a great show. We will keep shows great again. Make shows great again.
We won't have Walther. What's Walther going to be doing? Going in trouble.
Walter's probably eating dinner right now.
I was going to say, you asked about hate. We spoke about this on the show. He said Stephen King hates him because he's a gun guy. Stephen King.
Oh, absolutely. Have you read through Stephen King's Twitter in the last 5 years?
Oh, him and Stephen King get into fights, apparently.
Stephen King is a
anti-gun.
Pathetic. He's a pathetic subman. It's a shame to the things that he. He's just a pathetic human being.
Yeah. Dan Hates You says I live by the notifications. Boom, there you go. Dan Hates You's very supportive. He looks at my van videos. He's always in my van videos making fun of me.
He's wired into the internet. Dan Hates You in real life is just literally plugged into the metaverse.
Yeah.
24/7. He's got plugs coming out of the back of him.
Yeah. And Asper Warrior says sign up for the email notifications. That's what I see. There you go.
I've actually noticed the nights that I'm not on. I every night that you go live, I get a notification from Utron saying, "Hey, this is live." Oh, cool. Which is cool because that's a new-ish feature that wasn't around forever.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see that working.
Yeah. Since it's me and you here, speaking of Utreon, I know that YouTube has been smacking you around a little bit. Smacking you up in different, So are you using Utreon more? Are you,
YouTube hasn't been too bad lately. They got another thing up their butt. They're going after people again, obviously. With what's his name getting demonetized the other day.
Yeah, VSO. So VSO.
It's only a matter of time before obviously I get it as well. I'm sure I'll get the axe eventually.
I hope not. I hope not.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I know they were going after some of the videos that you did. So,
there's hopefully. I try to put out there, and I need to actually make a video on this. But if anybody's ever looking for a particular video and can't find it, you should check Utreon because Utreon has like my full log of all my videos.
Yeah,
things that can't be on YouTube are backed up to Utreon.
Yeah, that's the thing. You could go to Utreon, look at all Babyface's videos. You can also subscribe to him there so you can support him.
Yeah, I have two dudes that subscribe to me here, and I sincerely appreciate them. I don't know their names offhand. I could go look, but huge kudos to them. Utreon takes less than anybody, so it's a massive appreciation for them to sub to me here.
Yeah, and also he's gonna get 50% of whatever money you guys give to us. So, if you want to send some money to Babyface P, he's got the baby shower coming up. This is the time. Give some money up. Come on.
I need, you know what I need?
He's got to buy Pampers and Similac and...
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say 545 ammo.
What?
I was going to say...
Yeah,
I was not going to say anything baby related. I was going to say I need some 545 ammo.
The baby needs some 545 because the baby has probably several 545 guns.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, in waiting.
I already told... I already got approval from Marley on... God, I hope she gives birth on a weekday. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, but hopefully it's not on a Sunday. The day of the birth, whatever day that is, come January, I am going to a whatever gun store I can. Hopefully it's not the day after. It might be the day after. Mm-hmm. I'm going to pick up a basic Ruger 1022 and a
Henry. Are you going to get a Henry rifle of some sort?
No, I was just going to get a 1022 and a AR-15 receiver. So just the receiver, and whenever he's old enough, he'll probably get a. I mean, when I was talking to Mom the other day, I think I got a BB gun when I was like 8, so we'll probably get him a BB gun first. Mm-hmm. Then when he's a little older, that 1022 will become his. It will live in my safe.
Oh, you got to buy a Red Ryder BB gun before they stop making them.
Are they going to stop making them?
No, I don't know anything like that, but you never know, man. These people are crazy. I hope they still make it.
Yeah, so I
my
need
sons
to get
have Red Ryder BB guns.
You know the funny thing? I had one of the BB guns. I had one of the pump BB guns. And the thing that I thought about, the clever thing about those is those pump BB guns are so hard to pump that I could, as a kid, there is no way I could have ever shot my eye out. Because I couldn't pump it until I was like, I don't know, 12. So anytime I ever wanted to shoot it, I always had to be with my parents, my family. So it wasn't a big deal. But no, yeah, he's going to get a BB gun. Then when he's a little bit older, he's going to get the 1022, which will be his. Whenever he moves out of the house, he can take it with him.
Right.
And he'll learn on that. And then when he's even older from there, probably 15 or so, he'll get we will sit down and build his first AR-15 together.
Yeah, that's cool.
Get the receiver and build his own gun, and then he can have his own. And those three, it'll be one of those things that those three are the three guns he can never sell.
Oh, okay, cool. Red Ryder BB gun. This is on Amazon. $99 is some kind of bundle.
Yeah, they're not horribly expensive.
Targets and stuff like
they're
that.
They're fun. Have you shot a BB gun lately? They're fun.
Not in a while. My kids have Red Ryder BB guns, which we gave them before they got their hands on guns, which they proceeded to shoot the shit out of each other. Break windows, right. To get up to all kinds of shenanigans.
We had so where I grew up, there's a ditch that runs next to the house, and then a big chunk of wooded land. It's in the middle of the city of Tampa, but for whatever reason, that big chunk has never been developed, so it's just woods. So we would go over there and just set up cans and shoot cans with the pellet gun, with the BB gun. We had a cop stop by one time, and he was like, he just drove up, and he was like, "What are y'all doing?" And I was like, "We're shooting BBs at cans." And he's like, "Okay, just be safe." And drove off. Didn't give a shit.
Yeah, no. I mean, those are the good old days. That was the last days of that's the 90s, right?
Well, it was early 90s.
Yeah, early 90s.
Before the universe fell apart.
Yeah. Lola says, "Oh no, Patrick. Baby formula is what's in your future." And
no formula. Don't jinx us like that. No
and 42 Chill says, "Is there still a formula shortage?"
I don't know, but hopefully we don't have any issues, and we
go
au natural.
Oh, this baby's getting raised strictly on booby juice.
Yes, booby juice. Hopefully,
okay.
You never know until things come around if there are issues, but we're planning on booby juice.
I would have some emergency cans. You know what I'm saying? Have some emergency.
There's always that in case. But no, Marley plans to do all the work herself.
Okay, good, very good. Just make sure you have a cutoff age. Can't have that baby.
Jesus.
Still on the teat at 5 years old or something.
Did I tell you? I saw a video the other day of a parent. I was just for shits and giggles like, what age do you cut a kid off from that? And most regular people say like a year old when they start getting into solid food, you cut them off. There was somebody on Instagram or something who said she kept her kids breastfeeding until they no longer wanted to, and the current one was 10 years old.
Yeah, that's criminal.
10.
Yeah.
That's weird as... That's weird.
Yeah. Future serial killer.
Yes! I seriously. That's
There's
so
a point.
weird to me.
Yeah. I've seen babies go a long time. My younger brother went for a long time. I think he was like 3 or 4 or something like that.
That's weird. That's so weird.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me see a couple of cool things here. Asper Warrior was saying, Hank, van videos. I need to find the ultimate budget-friendly travel van to convince Elise to buy. Budget-friendly. Budget-friendly.
There's nothing budget-friendly in this market right now.
Yeah. So the RV market in general is crashing. It is.
Oh, is it? Good. Okay.
Yeah. Now, I've done videos on whether or not the van market bubble has popped. It has not. So I'm going to do a video on Stranger Palooza about this sometime the next couple of days. But all of stuff like Class A's, trailers, all of that, market's crashing, big numbers, double digits going down. Vans up 18%. So yeah, vans are still up. So, but you can get used stuff. I just don't know what the budget is, right? I think that's what it will come down to. Like if you're gonna go used, yeah. And the values are still kind of high on used vans and stuff like that. The only saving grace is if you buy one on payments, you can finance it almost like a mortgage because it's a second home. So RVs are considered second homes. So. But prices are still...
Personally, I wouldn't put yourself too far out if you don't need to.
Yeah. So, it's one of these things. You really got to think about it, about what you want to do. There's different options. It gets complicated. Asper Warrior, when I do that thing on Stranger Palooza, you should join me over there. We'll get all just deep up in it. And I'll see what I can, if I can look around, because I need to find out what the budget is. And then, just to bounce back to Lola says, January babies are the sweetest. Hank knows this to be true. Well, actually, I know this not to be true, because Lola's a January baby. So, Patrick,
you
if
better
I'm
watch
not mistaken, you're a freaking January. You're a January baby too. Huh?
No, February.
Oh, no, you're February, yeah. February. People born in the beginning of the year until you go into March, terrible. When you go into March...
We're the best people.
Then it gets awesome.
We're the best.
Aquarians, I'm not a fan of.
We are the best.
They always think they're the boss of me. Patrick thinks he's the boss of me. Always bossing me.
Better sometimes.
Yeah, always bossing me around. Lola thinks she's the boss of me. Always bossing me around.
Lola is.
Yeah. So, January people, or, well, like I said, Aquarians. I don't know if you believe in astrological signs or not. I don't know. But terrible. Yeah. All right, so let's see what else we got here in like the 30 seconds. 42 Chill says Taurus is best.
I think that's what Marley is.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I think that's what she is.
Yeah. I find for dudes, Pisces is the worst, which is what I am. And for chicks, Scorpios are the worst.
They are stinging.
Yeah, Scorpio
witches.
Chicks do not mess with. Do not take it from me. Okay, we're taking a break.
Walther Arms has been making concealed carry handguns for over 90 years, starting with the PPK. Today, Walther is based in the good old US of A and still builds quality firearms like the PPQ and PDP for personal defense and competition. So when you're in the market, please consider Walther Arms. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Walther Arms.
Gen Champ Jr. says you can write off the interest in an RV.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And
we are Marley and I are working on getting completely debt free, so I am not taking on an RV loan anytime soon.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think you said Marley she's due for an upgrade on the car. Yeah, so
yes, but we're not quite there yet. She's enjoying the fact that she doesn't have to pay a car loan every month, and it's going to be hard to convince her. really, I think she's going to ride this car into the ground. It only has 120,000 miles on it, 130.
Yeah, there's no problems with transmission or engine, right?
No, and this car, the only thing that it's making some noise right now. We need to put a new alternator in it. You can tell the alternator is eventually gonna. So we probably need to put one in now before it gets bad. But no, this car has been very good. I knock on wood. We've taken it to North Carolina multiple times. It has yet to shit out on us. It's a 2013 GMC Terrain.
Oh yeah, I don't think
a little four-cylinder, and four-cylinders don't beat themselves to death. So it's but it's doing really well, and I don't want to talk shit because it's doing better than my Mustang. My Mustang has had more issues than her car has.
Yeah, but your Mustang's not having mechanical issues, is it?
No, not mechanical, electrical. That's the problem.
Oh, okay.
Stupid electrical. That I had to replace the touch panel once on the inside, and then I've replaced my wiper motors like 4 times in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I know. I keep seeing you. I'm like, what's going? Isn't this covered under some kind of warranty?
No warranty on it, and
crazy.
It 100% is a poor design. The way Ford made it is everything is in the motor. So basically all it has is a relay and power that goes to it. And then the circuit board is inside the motor housing that controls all the speed on or off, controls the sprayer nozzles, controls everything. And that's right offside of the motor. Just to the side of that is like the nylon gear and everything for actually moving the wipers. And there's a little, just behind that, if you're facing forward in the car, is a little air vent that allows, because if you have spinning machinery in there, you have to have a little bit of air vent to let air in and out. It's got a little air vent hole in the back, but what I have found is when you're using it, that if it's raining, it will suck water into that air vent
and push
it onto the and then it makes its way right over into the circuit board and fries the circuit board within a certain amount of time. So it's like a bad design. It's just a really terrible design.
Yeah.
So it's totally Ford's fault.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm surprised there's no recall on that.
I guess I'm the only one that's experienced it. I can't even find much on the internet about it. But there's something unique about my car. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I'm surprised. With that. Yeah. By the way,
her GMC has been excellent.
Yeah. By the way, we're going to have Luis Valdes of GOA Florida coming on. I think around 8. He's going to talk about, DeSantis is actually going to be in your neck of the woods. In our neck of the woods in Gainesville.
I would have...
Since we're talking about news, I figured bringing that up, yeah.
I would have gone to that. I don't know if I want to pay $120 for 2 of us to go.
Yeah. So what we're talking about here is let me see if I could pull it up. So here, let's see. So the thing is, Governor Ron DeSantis is scheduled to speak Thursday to a sold-out crowd in Alachua. An annual Republican Party fundraiser where Governor Ron DeSantis is scheduled to speak to a sold-out crowd will be closed off to media outlets. The Gainesville Sun has learned.
No media allowed, really?
Yeah, no media allowed. Previously, the event has brought out notable conservative leaders and commentators, including Roger Stone, Candace Owens, Tommy Lauren, blah, blah, blah. The big news about it from our point of view that Luis Valdes broke, I guess he broke that through Guns and Gadgets, is that so this is state property, and they're banning, like, they're going to have metal detectors so you can't go there armed, and technically by law here in Florida you're not supposed to be able to do that, to keep people from being armed there. Yes. So, and then there's a whole big controversy of whether or not it's Ron DeSantis that wants that, if it's the Republican Party in Alachua that wants that, or if it's the security, or who is it?
We'll hear more from Valdes, because I'm sure he has looked into this deeper than any of us. Mm-hmm. My guess is property manager, property owner, which you said was state owned, but possibly insurance companies pushing for it, something like that. That's what I could see.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got a friend. I've been to that event in the past when we were doing stuff with a company that we won't mention on here, just because I don't really give a shit to mention them.
No, that company I don't believe is welcome in and around that community anymore. I've heard that.
Right. So, so
I have heard.
So in the past, I've gone. I don't know. Did you go?
No, never got a chance to. We were busy at the time that the invite was open to us.
Yeah, so we've been there. It's in a different place than it was then. It was actually closer to me then. Now it's a little bit further. It's probably closer to you. The thing with these events is that I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of this kind of stuff. I don't think I would want to go to this in the first place. That's really my thing. I like DeSantis. I've not seen anything from DeSantis to say that he's really pro-gun other than posturing. Obviously, the news media went after him because with this hurricane, he said, hey, Floridians have stand your ground and, they shoot and blah, blah, blah. But that doesn't mean he's pro-gun. That, the guys that are behind him in terms of running the state of Florida, they're all Republicans. They're all rhinos. And, these are the same people who put gun control in effect. And at the time, the governor asked for it. What was that? I forgot the name.
I can't remember his name. Yeah, the previous
governor. Rick Scott. He asked for that.
Said, hey, do this. I want this on my desk.
Yeah, and he became a senator out of that. So DeSantis can ask these guys to get rid of all that stuff, give us constitutional carry, etc., and he's promised it, maybe, with political aspirations, but I haven't really seen him do something solid that I would say is pro-gun. At the same time, the Republican Party in Gainesville, in Alachua, is bullshit.
They're
a bunch of rhinos.
Yeah, they're a bunch of rhinos.
When I met them at that thing, the last time when I went to that thing, I saw a bunch of these Republican Party people there, and I was like, oh, they asked me what I do. I said, I'm a gun guy. They're like, oh, yeah, we support guns. I was like, cool, what kind of guns do you have? Oh, I don't have any guns.
No, we don't.
So, I get it.
Like they like the idea of guns, but they will never own them themselves. It's
yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, so I don't know how all of this is going to play out. We have to see what's at fault here. But I think easily enough this can be solved. It's a whole complicated thing. We'll talk about it we'll get more in depth into it when Luis Valdes comes on. Oh, but here's what I was going to tell you. So I have a friend who's actually going to that event with your buddy Rick Perry.
Oh, fuck that guy.
You
have somebody that that's going with him?
Yeah, he's going with Rick Perry, a friend of mine, who I do videos with that we were just talking about. And, I do the van videos. The guy I do the van videos with is friends with Rick Perry.
Oh, fuck them. They don't know what they're... they Have you complained to them about that?
Have
you told them that he's a...
I was over there one time and Rick Perry came in. They're good. They're best friends. That's his best friend.
You should have looked at him and said, fuck you.
I didn't do that, but I said, hey, do you remember me? He's like, oh, you look familiar.
And yeah, it's because you're garbage. You're a garbage politician.
I was the guy that was very upset with you for all the laws and blah, So.
Oh, he doesn't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
Do you think he gives a shit about any of us?
I don't really. I think we're dealing with a bunch of rhinos. I think they care.
That's exactly what Rick Perry is. He can fuck his own ass.
I think they care about guns for them. They don't think about other people, and they don't realize why this stuff is important.
If Rick Perry owned a gun, I would be impressed.
Oh, he owns guns. He does. He owns guns.
You sure about that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would be highly impressed if he owned something more than a hunting rifle or a shotgun.
Is it Rick Perry? Am I getting it? I think it's Rick Perry, isn't it? Something Perry.
Yeah.
Is it Keith Perry?
Maybe Keith Perry. Yeah, Keith Perry.
Yeah. I always mix those up. So
there's a person named Rick Perry, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
In politics.
Yeah.
Former governor of Texas.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's
No, Keith Perry.
Keith Perry. There you go. The other Dan hates you said the other Perry.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's a total cuck.
Yeah.
He probably watches men sleep with his wife.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm not making a statement here. I'm just assuming.
From what I hear, he's a very nice guy.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yeah.
Nice people do not sign unconstitutional laws onto the books.
If you think that whenever me and the guy I do vans with have this conversation, I'm you. I'm exactly where you're at now.
Fuck Keith Perry.
And then he's always like, "Oh, he's cool. He's cool." But I've seen him over there.
He pushed for unconstitutional laws to be signed to the books.
This is the problem. What we're talking about here is the problem. Like, at the end of the day, you could be a nice person, but that doesn't have anything to do with anything. There's other people that don't have your power and out there, that when you create these laws, you're making those people suffer. And if you think about it, those laws came in because of Parkland, right? What happened in Parkland? The guy who did it isn't even getting punished.
No,
he's getting life in prison. We're going to be taking care of him for 60, 70 years.
We should execute him in front of a firing squad, is what I think.
Yeah.
Is being nice the best thing to be, though? Think about that. Like, listen, I've not raised children. I was raised as a child. And my parents would have told me, and they told me many a times, that they were not my friend. They were there to make the hard decisions for me. Because
my kids don't think I'm nice. You can ask my kids. They don't think I'm nice.
Exactly. So I don't give a shit if somebody's nice if they're making wrong decisions.
Yeah, what's right's right.
The point of being in his position is to sometimes sit down and go, no, I don't care what you all are telling me. That's unconstitutional, and we're not pushing that through.
All of these people, there's people on the ballot. I forget the name of the guy right now. There's a guy on the ballot who's going for state rep here in Florida.
Against Keith Perry?
No, not against Keith Perry.
Oh, okay.
What is his name? This is the guy that was basically pushing for this gun control we have here, and now he's going to get rewarded with higher office in Florida. This is the problem.
Is this a Republican or a Democrat?
Republican.
I think I know who you're talking about. Chuck Clemens?
Chuck Clemens. No. That guy is a bastard also.
He was the one that pushed for all this shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Chuck Clemens right now, he's going to get elected, man.
He's absolutely going to get elected.
I refuse to vote for him. I refuse to vote for him in the general, but basically, in the primary, excuse me, but in the general, this bastard is going to get elected. I'm not going to vote for him.
100%.
I'll vote for whoever else. I don't give a shit.
He's absolutely going to get elected. I can just about guarantee it.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the problem that we have here, man. But at this same dinner, right here I'm showing our reps. Kat Kamek is reps me and you. This whole area of Florida. Kat
Kamek has been good. I have liked her.
I think she's been good too, but she's going to that dinner. She's going to the dinner. She's going to whatever this dinner is. That regular folks can't go into armed and practice their rights.
This is shoulder bumping for politicians and wealthy people, and you don't have to be that wealthy. It was $60 a ticket. That's a high price for some. That's not high that for all. Like if Marley and I really wanted to go, I could have dropped $120 on that. I don't know that I want to that bad, but I could have. But again, I feel like this is just to rub shoulders with people is all it is. They're not gonna nothing serious is gonna come out of this.
I never want to go to these kind of things. You know why? You get corrupted by these mofos. This is the problem. The more that you rub the shoulders, it's what we're talking about. The more you rub the shoulders, you go like, oh, he's really not that bad. He's really, he's okay. He's not an evil person. But at the end of the day, what they're doing is it's criminal. It's unconstitutional. These are horrible things that they're doing to people out there that they will never have to face the consequences, and the people in their family won't have to face the consequences for, and the rest of us do. And it's simple things that they could fix, man. They could fix this shit. Florida still doesn't have constitutional carry. Florida needs to roll back those stupid-ass laws they put in effect because of Parkland. They punish the people of they punish the people of Florida for what happened in Parkland, and didn't do shit to the guy who actually did it. It's been years that we've been trying to get this whole case wrapped up, and then this guy gets life.
No, he should be.
We're going to protect him. We're going to protect him now for the rest of his life.
He should be. He should be put in front of a firing squad with a pillowcase over his head, and let them do what they need to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give him the electric chair. Don't give him lethal injection. Firing squad. He should. That's exactly what he deserves.
I don't know if we should waste the bullets. I say burn at a stake.
Copper and lead is cheap. Yeah, I guess it's
burn at the stake.
That's a pretty painful way to go out. I could do that.
Bow and arrow.
Oh, I would go for that too if it were legal. I say string him up out back the
rope. Yeah, Walther.
Rope is cheap. Just take him out back the courthouse, string his ass up. That's all. Who fucking cares? That guy's The kid deserves no better than that.
Yeah. Night Train says, don't forget the security officer at Parkland who could have saved lives but chickened out is also getting a nice retirement pension. You know who suffered? The people of Florida suffered for this bullshit.
Yeah.
That's who suffered. So that makes me mad. And they, I really believe that they were pushed by like Soros and Bloomberg bringing money in, bussing kids in up there, and they all got guilty, start feeling bad or whatever. And
I don't know
and they
why
put all this bullshit.
I don't know why people get this whole like guilt by association thing when you have nothing to do with what's going on here or there or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it has nothing to do with any of us. The FBI should have done their fucking jobs and locked that kid in a crazy house.
Yeah, and how are those programs going with the teachers being able to be armed and defend the schools of Florida? How's that going? Is that going well? No, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. So, yeah, I think we got to hold these guys to that. And that's the thing that I think about DeSantis. I don't know. We'll talk about his culpability in this particular thing. And it's fine for him to have aspirations to be president. But some shit needs to be done for Florida. We need to correct some wrongs here in Florida before we move forward, but I fear that will never happen. Because ultimately everyone's going to go to the parties and rub shoulders and play this conservative Hollywood bullshit-ass game that I've been complaining about for a long time. So,
yep.
Yeah. All right, any other crazy news going on that we should get into here? We got
what did I see today? I feel like I saw something I was going to bring up, and I can't remember what it was now.
Yeah. In the short time that we have left, I could bring up. You want to bring up the Tampa snake?
I don't even. It was a snake that got on a plane. I don't know why you thought this was such a big deal.
A snake snuck onto a United flight from Tampa. It's in New Jersey now. So basically, the whole thing of this story: workers at a Newark Liberty International Airport were called in to catch a garter snake on board a United Airlines flight that arrived from Tampa on Monday afternoon. So this snake's on the plane.
It's a garter snake. That thing ain't gonna last very long in New Jersey.
They release it in New Jersey.
It's not made for that climate.
Yeah, but they say there's garter snakes in New Jersey. But I sent this to Patrick and Walter. Patrick is from Tampa, and Walter's in the Tampa area. And I put what did I put there, Patrick? Do you remember? Because it made you mad.
Something about a tattoo.
Yeah, I said. I wonder if it had a dolphin tattoo.
You have this stupid obsession with tattoos. It doesn't even make sense.
And this is what Patrick puts back there to reply to me.
Exactly right. It's exactly how I felt.
And I had a good laugh. I enjoyed that.
You got the reaction you wanted.
What does it bother you that? I mean, come on, you know. Just tell me the truth. Everyone in Tampa has a dolphin tattoo.
I don't care. It does not bother me. I don't care.
You know it's true. All Tamponians have a dolphin tattoo. Yeah. We're going to take a break.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like High Point Firearms and Full Forge Gear, bags and gear for everyday life. Did you know High Point is an American family-owned and operated company located in Ohio with over 30 years of manufacturing experience? High Point is proud to be the home of the working man's gun and your source for affordable handguns and carbines with a lifetime warranty.
So when you're in the market, please consider Hype.
Lola says, that's laugh out loud. That's a good one, Patrick. Let go of the dolphin tattoo, Hank.
He never will. He never will.
Patrick has a shit. Patrick is always sending me that shit. That's his response to everything that I say. He's got some kind of, GIF.
GIF.
Like, I think he's got those just preloaded when I put up stuff to respond to whatever, my opinions are. Yeah, let me check the Discord.
What else is going on?
What's going on here in the Discord? I don't see. If you guys want to be part of the Discord, Night Train is showing off his 410 Bond Arms. I think I have that. That's not going to catch a squirrel. You know how close you have to be? Do you know how close you have to be with this to catch a squirrel?
Oh my god, yeah, that thing. Whew. Better put some 410 shot shell in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Asper Warrior says, if you live in Tampa but you're kind of fat, do you have to have a porpoise tattoo? Armin and Axis says, quote, Tamponians? What is it? Yeah, that's what are people from Tampa called?
Tamponians, that's right.
Yeah, Tamponians, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any other, they're Tamponians. Tamponians. However you want to look at it. Tampons? Can we say tampons?
Man, those magazines are sold out.
Oh.
And guess who posted about them?
You're trying to change the subject first. Now. Oh, okay.
9 hours ago, the Firearm blog did an article on them. So they got posted to the Firearm blog, and they got sold out. All of them sold out. So
yeah, $17.
That next shipment in.
At $17?
I might pick up some more when the next shipment. You want to see something that I was given? Hold on.
I should have probably grabbed a couple of them. And here's the picture, by the way, of these things from Patrick.
Yeah, I like them. Yeah. I think they look cool as hell. So when I bought my 2 AK-74s, I was given this. Look at the
That's kind of purple. It's purplish.
It's not. No, it's dark black. Maybe I think it's the reflection that's making it look purple. It's more like a dark black. I think it's a Bulgarian Circle magazine, so like a Circle 10 mag. But for whatever reason, let's see if this will focus. Somebody destroyed the marks on the side. Somebody ground the marks off the side of the magazine.
I wonder.
But if you look at it, I ran a magazine along it, and it's a military magazine. It's got a metal rib all the way down both sides. You can see there's metal reinforcing. Those little like teeth marks you see on the bottom of AK mags, right there. That's where the metal reinforcing is molded into the plastic. It's got metal everything, so it's a military mag of some kind. But I don't know who decided to paint it this glossy black.
Well, why would you? Why would you?
I don't know why somebody ground the markings off.
Why?
So you can't tell that it's. I don't know. I have no idea. And then, but this mark up top was left in place, and I don't know what that says. U2 or something. Oh wait, no, maybe this way. It's a good military magazine. It looks like a Circle 10, but I just was like, where the hell did this come from with this glossy paint job and the markings ground? Either way, it's now full of 7 and 6, and it is gonna go in the collection.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe someone was tracking maybe that came from a place where they track your magazines.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah,
someone says China.
Weird as hell.
So I don't know,
Yeah, super weird.
Yeah, I'm looking up the MDT chassis, by the way.
On my YouTube
up that
channel?
video. Yeah, here we go. Let's go.
Yeah, there you go. How many views it got?
56K. Very nice.
Yeah. People were interested.
Yeah,
interested in that. This was a long time ago.
Yeah, let's see. Was this skinny Babyface P or not?
No, I don't know that I was ever skinny when I met you.
What happened to the box right there? Just tossing that box around.
Yeah, nobody was happy. People were not happy about that. How dare I throw your gun around?
What? Why? What's the problem with throwing the gun around? I don't get it.
I would never let you be my gunsmith. And I was like, I'm not a gunsmith, so that's fine.
Right.
Because I'm not a gunsmith. I never have claimed to be.
Yeah, here, I'll throw that up while you're on. So, what are you talking about? It didn't look too bad, Ruger American. This came from Barnauls, by the way. Shout out to Barnauls.
Yeah. Yeah, the gun shoots really nicely.
Yeah. And I think Lola was asking me if I've shot it or not, which I believe I have shot this.
Yeah. Yeah. We've shot it before. There. Remember we had that whole fiasco where the optic wasn't tightened down all the way? Mm-hmm. That's that. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that's that gun. That's that gun.
Yeah. It's a great gun, man. I was looking at it today. I was like, oh, this is cool. So the guy that the folks are supposed to...
So do you do the same? You have to do the same thing as me, where you jaded, I guess is the right word, or you forget what you own, and then you start looking through your safe, and you're like, shit, yeah, I do own that. That's really cool. I forgot I have that. That's really
all the time, yeah. Let's see. Oh, right here. This is the chassis. So people like this chassis, right? I dig it.
It was very, very popular in the hunting community outside of the U.S. The UK and Australia, I had a ton of people asking me, hey, can I buy this in Australia? Hey, can I get this in the UK? And I was like, oh, sorry, I don't know, but here's what it is.
Yeah, I wonder, is it the caliber? Does it have anything to do with the caliber of the...
I don't know. I really don't know why it's so popular over there.
Okay.
But no, I got a bunch of views out of it, so I can't complain too much.
Yeah, 56,000. That's nice. I can't.
That's nothing to sneeze at for a gun video for me.
I don't know how long ago it was, but it's pretty cool. It turned out great. Look at this. Let's see if I can get the whole thing here. Look at that. No, still can't get the.
It's a 28-inch barrel, I think, something like that.
There we go. It's technically all in right now.
Yeah.
Technically all in there right now, but. Yeah, we got to go hunting, man.
If anybody out there is listening to this and you are a Florida hunter and you want to take two newbies out, I would love to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
I'll do all the paperwork. I'll get the tags for the deer or pig. Well, honestly, I'd love to go kill some pigs personally.
Yeah.
So let me blast some freaking pigs.
We've hunted geese, I guess. What was it we were hunting?
Oh, yeah. Or was it pheasant?
Pheasant. Yeah, we did pheasant. So let's see. Should we look at the comments in here? Is there some terrible comments?
Some of them.
Yeah, there's some good comments. Good comments in there. Yeah, lots of people did the same thing, There you go. Congrats. Da-da-da-da. What is this? Someone says, for quick and easy roll pin block, just get 2x4 and cut it into a reasonable size and drill holes in it. Boom, cheap pin block. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so there's a lot of people. Nice video. Bro, you had me dry laughing. Enjoyed your work nicely. Yeah, you got a lot of good comments.
Okay, so I guess I had good comments.
Yeah.
I guess I only read the negative ones.
Well, maybe when it first came out, there might have been a lot of negative. After a video's been out for a while, I don't go back really too often.
Yeah, that's the thing is I never go back and look. I looked at some of the hate comments and then I was like, okay, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, that's like 2 years ago, by the way.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's 2 years ago.
2 years. A lot has happened in 2 years.
Yeah. Also, we have things we're still working on. 2-3 years. How long have we been working on those Segas?
Oh god, probably at least a year and a half.
And I think Walt just put those Segas on pause again?
I got the work done that he needed done, and they're now his to do whatever he's going to do with.
Yeah, but I think, wasn't Walt complaining that the parts now are too expensive or something like that?
Something. I don't remember.
Yeah. There was something that Walt was saying.
Mm-hmm. For anybody out there that's looking, don't spend your money. Don't spend a big pile of money on a Sega. They're really not that good of guns. back when you could buy a Russian Saiga for $400 or $450, which was the going price for Russian arms 10 years ago, it was worth it. It's a good $450 shotgun. Now the price people are asking $1,000 plus, $1,200 for one. Yeah, they're not that good. They're not worth that much.
Yeah, I don't know if it was that. It looks like Walt was complaining about AK-12 parts.
Oh, that's right. He looked up how expensive the AK-12 is to buy if you want to buy a parts kit.
$2,200.
Yeah, there's a Russian guy who will import them for $1,800. Any of them that are already in the country, they want 24 plus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's a. And what do you think that it costs? You know, one of those things I was looking at, those magazines, the AK-12 mags. That must not cost Russia more than $5 American to make one of those. It can't cost them that much money.
Yeah, I think Walt says $250 for a magazine. Is that true?
Yeah. They were. Depends on where you go.
Why?
You can go as high as $250 for a magazine because
it's banned.
It's because it's not banned. It's just they're rare. They're hard to come by, and people wanna flex. You know, gun guys love flexing, saying I got that rare piece of whatever kit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, here's Luis Valdes. Hold on.
Oh, Let's on time.
Coming online here. Lewis is, let's see if we got him here. Okay, Lewis, I don't know if you could go sideways or not. I don't know if you can hear
Hold on. Let me.
Yeah, we'll get him to go sideways here. So.
Let me see how I'll look on camera so I could position it right.
Okay, boom.
Okay, hold on. Let me do this here. Stupid thing. Hold on. I'm having technical difficulties here with my tripod thing. I'm still setting up my office, so it's not 100%.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. We were just talking about the whole thing going on with DeSantis.
So you guys, audio-wise, am I coming in good?
Yeah, coming in great. So for the folks, whenever you're ready here, for the folks that are just joining us, or people just coming in, just bring everyone up to speed. We were trying to do that a little bit before you came on. What exactly is happening with this whole DeSantis fiasco of him coming out here to Gainesville?
Yeah, not a problem. So. Stupid.
Yeah.
Hold on, my stupid camera is. I am not. It drives me nuts that it's not centered.
Okay, we'll let you. Now. Okay, there you go. Are you ready? Boom.
Yeah, I guess.
It looks like you got googly. It looks like you have googly eyes. There you go. Right. All right. Are you ready now?
Yeah. That's about as best as I'll get.
All right, guys. So here you go. This is Luis Valdes of GOA Florida. He's the GOA Florida director. Right? Did I get that right?
Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And there's some shenanigans going on with Governor DeSantis as he's traveling around the state doing fundraising, and particularly coming to our neck of the woods. So you want to bring folks up to speed on what's happening here, how you found out about it, etc.?
Gladly. Look, first and foremost, it's always a pleasure to be on your show, so thank you for having me, and thanks to your viewers and listeners. So what's going on in Florida, and I don't want people to take this as just abject criticism of the governor, but good criticism is needed sometimes. And what's going on is the governor has been going around doing campaign events. It is re-election season, and he hosts these events. Well, these events have been gun-free zones. And the biggest issue right now is the majority of these events have been on private property. Whether you agree with it or not, private property can ban firearms. Now, mind you, the governor has specifically criticized gun-free zones and said that they are worthless and they don't solve anything, yet his own events are gun-free zones. That seems kind of hypocritical there. But the issue with this one is the event in the city of Alachua, it's being held on public property. And under state law, public property can't be a gun-free zone unless it is specifically listed as one per 790.06 subsection 12A. That is the list of all the gun-free zones in Florida. So places like qualified polling places, police departments, mental health facilities, K through 12 schools, the capital or areas of the state capital when the legislature is officially in quorum or there's a legislative function, City Hall when City Hall is officially having some sort of function, like, the city commissioners are together and they call quorum and they're debating. Those are gun-free zones. A simple multi-use facility that is city-owned that, anyone could rent out, whether they want to do an arts and craft show, a gun show, a campaign event, whatever, that is not listed under 790.06 subsection 12A as a gun-free zone.
Okay.
And the issue of this comes in with the state preemption law. So Florida, for folks that don't know, we have state preemption. What that means is no political entity or political subdivision or municipality or official can push gun control that is not in line with the legislature, meaning whatever laws have been passed by the state legislature. So if the city of Gainesville wanted to do an assault weapons ban, they can't do that. Why? Because you don't have one on the state level. That is the sole purview of the state. And the issue with this comes down I'm jumping ahead of what happened, but the event organizer for this told Mr. Lee Williams, the Florida Communications Director of Florida Carry, that, the DeSantis campaign and FDLE, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, they told us that for him to be here, it has to be a gun-free zone. So there's the conflict. You have a public facility being used for an event. You have a possible state law enforcement agency telling these people it has to be a gun-free zone. If not, the governor doesn't show up. That is the legal issue with this. The political ramification of this is very simple. The governor has campaigned to be pro-gun. Right after Hurricane Ian struck the state, as you remember, he stood in St. Augustine and basically said, Florida is a Second Amendment state where looters beware. If you try to rob places, homeowners could shoot you. All the usual, hey, Florida's tough, we're going to get through this hurricane deal. Florida homeowners could use lethal force to defend themselves.
Right.
But he specifically said Florida is a Second Amendment state. And he's also campaigning that he supports constitutional carry. Well, if you support constitutional carry, if you've campaigned on now a national level that gun-free zones are an abject failure, if you are campaigning that this is a strong Second Amendment state, then why are you banning guns at your own events? So the way this all happened is one of the Florida Carry members lives in your neck of the woods, bought tickets to go to this event, saw the tickets, and the tickets said, hey, you can't carry a firearm in here. And, being a member of Florida Carry, like just how people are members of GOA and SAF and other second pro-gun organizations, this person was on the ball. I was like, wait a minute, something's not right here.
Yeah, what's up with that?
And brought it up with other Florida Carry members, and it got to Mr. Lee Williams, their communications director. And Lee, also being an investigative journalist, he did what he did. He contacted Miss Ann Stone, the chairman of the Alachua County Republican Executive Committee, because that's the organization that's hosting the event.
Okay.
And the event, for folks that don't know, is the Ronald Reagan Black Tie and Blue Jeans Barbecue. They do this every year. This is like their 20th event of it. So, this is a yearly thing. And the Miss Stone told, again, Mr. Lee Williams, hey, look, it was the DeSantis campaign and FDLE that verbally told us to do this. We're going to abide by it. He's the governor. He's up and coming. Yeah, I'm a concealed carry permit holder.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We're going to take a break. So let's take this break and come right back.
With Armslist, you can shop the extensive list of local and nationwide firearms classified, now with more confidence because of their built-in firewall. For only $6.99 a month for personal use or $30 a month for business vendors. So when you're in the market, please consider Armslist. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Armslist.
All right, and by the way, let's see. Shelly Funga says, "Hi, Lewis. Always great to see you, bro." So there you go. Yeah. Okay. So continue.
So Lee Williams contacts her. Asks her, "Hey, what's going on?" She tells him that someone from the DeSantis campaign and FDLE told him it has to be a gun-free zone. If not, he doesn't show up. So apparently, Mr. Lee Williams informed her of the law, and her response was basically, "Well, it is what it is. I'm a concealed carry permit holder. I'm still going to go disarmed. The governor's up and coming. He's important. We should bend knee and agree to this." And then and I'm paraphrasing here because I don't have Mr. Lee's article directly in front of me right now to pull his direct quotes, but I believe Miss Stone told Lee something to the effect of, "Yeah, if you guys make a ruckus of this, if you guys bring this to light, you guys are going to get mobbed." Basically, social media is going to jump down your necks and say, "Oh, this is so bad. You're going after the governor, blah, blah, blah." So that's the issue. You have the governor who claims to be pro-gun, who claims to be pro-constitutional carry, who claims to be against gun-free zone. His own events are gun-free zones. And I can corroborate this because I went to an event that the governor held back on September 7th in Dover, Florida, where he was endorsed by the Florida Farm Bureaus Association. And when I went there, the ticket specifically said, you're going to walk through security, you can't have a firearm on you, you're going to get wanded, all that stuff. And that's exactly what happened. And at the time when I was there, I really didn't think of it because my main goal was simply to ask the governor a simple question on constitutional carry.
Okay.
Where is it? Are you still backing it? Are you going to push it? All that. And what's kind of interesting is his response was a little standoffish. And I don't know if it's because, hey, he had to drive 4 or 5 hours in the morning. It was hot. This was the first part of September. He's probably wearing Kevlar underneath his long sleeve shirt. So I get it. He's campaigning. He's tired, all that. But his response was basically, I'm for it. I'm the good guy. Go talk to the legislature over there. They're the bad guys blocking this. And he basically wanted to brush it away. And, that in conjunction with his campaign history, and again, I don't want to criticize him because he's been a good governor for the most part here in Florida, but on 2A issues, it's been a little wishy-washy. Because back in 2018, when he was running for governor originally, he said he backed constitutional carry. He said he would have repealed the Parkland bill, red flag laws, the under 21 purchase ban, the mandatory waiting period, if he was governor then.
Yeah, we haven't seen any of that. He's been governor for how many years now?
We're coming up on, this is the final year of his first term. So, and that's what I want to bring up. Between then and basically now, he hasn't discussed constitutional carry. He hasn't discussed repealing red flags. He hasn't discussed repealing the under 21 purchase ban or anything of that sort. The only reason why he's even backing constitutional carry now, and you know this because you've been part of it, you've seen it from the ground up, is organizationally, Gun Owners of America, NAGR, and Florida Carry have been putting pressure on the governor to push and back constitutional carry. And he's only started publicly backing constitutional carry really around March of this year. And March of this year is very important because that was the end of the last legislative session that we had a constitutional carry bill in play. Constitutional carry, for folks that don't know, have been introduced 3 times, 3 years in a row legislatively, where it's died under Republican control. It's never gotten a single vote. It's never been brought out of committee, nothing. And DeSantis, at the end of this past legislative session, basically said, hey, put it on my desk, I'll sign it, which sounds great. But here's the issue. The anti-gun Republican Senate President, Wilton Simpson, the guy that wrote the Parkland gun control bill and has literally campaigned on getting it passed, He said during this past session, hey, if it reaches the Senate floor, I'll vote in favor of it. Mind you, as the Senate president, he directly controls what bills move in the Senate, and he instructed state senators never to introduce a constitutional carry bill in the Senate. So his statement of "I'll vote for it if it reaches the floor,"
which he just won't let it reach the floor. That's all.
Yeah, it's vaporware. It's a nothing burger because he knows he'll never reach the floor.
Yeah.
So the question is DeSantis campaigning on a pro-gun stance to pull in pro-gun votes for his election and nothing more? Hopefully, I really pray that that's not the case, that he is a strong Second Amendment advocate, that he has simply been held back by the establishment Republicans in the legislature and within the party, and that there's a game of quid pro quo going on. And that's kind of the case because I won't name names, but I am hearing through multiple contacts in the legislature that the bill they're going to introduce next year isn't full constitutional carry. It would only be permitless concealed carry, which it's a step in the right direction, but it's not constitutional carry, especially when you have half the country passing it. It's part of the Republican Party platform. You have numerous county-level Republican parties passing resolutions supporting it, but you have a Republican-controlled supermajority that has blocked it 3 years in a row for personal reasons, because some of them have literally told me, well, we didn't like the guy that introduced the bill. We didn't like Sabatini. And you know what? Whether you like Sabatini or not, that's not the issue. It was a good piece of legislation. You should back the bill, not the guy introducing it.
Yeah, there's a lot of childish shit going on.
Yeah, I can honestly tell you this, because if tomorrow we had the most anti-gun Democrat in the legislature introduce a bill that would be full constitutional carry, and going through the bill, it literally is that it's not smoke and mirrors, it's not a trick. Mm-hmm. Would I back the bill? Yeah, you know why? Because it's the bill, it's not the lawmaker. We're backing the advancement of gun rights, no more, no less.
Okay, so let's get. Sorry, go ahead. What else did you want?
No. So I was just going to go back. So the issue with permitless concealed carry is that it's kind of the Republican establishment throwing crumbs to us peasants and saying, enjoy your crumbs, be grateful for what we give you, because we could give you nothing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I don't know, Patrick, you wanna?
I don't know what to even ask. I don't know what to even ask.
I think the confusion here is that the ball is getting passed to everyone, right? So on this particular issue with DeSantis, the ball is getting passed. I think, from my understanding of what you're saying, most of the time he's going to private places to do this, so no one can really say anything about it, because at the end of the day, a private place, they could say, hey, we're not going to allow you in here. But because this is public property, belongs to the state, right?
It belongs to the city, but it's public property.
Right. They're not allowed to make up their own rules. They're saying, well, it's not us making up that rule. It's the, either DeSantis's party or his security detail making it up. Everyone's bouncing it around. We really don't know. And, that's the thing here. And at the end of the day, I think we've all here in the past said good things about DeSantis. As
a whole, I like him. I do not dislike DeSantis. Yeah.
Right, exactly. I think he has a good resume. I think he's done a good job as governor. But when it comes to the Second Amendment question, it's probably a lot of smoke and mirrors. Go ahead, Patrick.
I don't think there is any, as far as I know, I don't think there are any politicians that I'm aware of that are actually pro 2A. I don't see any of them being that way. I think it's a lot of pandering. I think in general it's all pandering.
Are you saying amongst the Republicans, right?
Not just anywhere. Because Republicans are the only ones that are going to do that. And amongst them, I don't think there are any that are actually pro 2A, that go to the range all the time and shoot and own guns and know what it means to say that, yes, I think the Second Amendment is, it's the Constitution is unflappable no matter what amendment it is. I don't know that DeSantis is.
Yeah, I think Night Train has said this a couple of times. He said, as I said before, not sure about DeSantis as he is ex-military and an attorney. He was part of JAG. I'm not sure what the thing. I kind of see where Night Train's coming with that. I think that with folks in the military, it's traditionally half and half. Even though if you're in the military, it doesn't automatically mean you're pro-gun. At least half of the folks that come out of the military are not pro-gun. But on the flip side of that, at least half the folks who come out of the military are pro-gun.
It's, in my experience, it's the military is a cross-section of society. So you're going to have people that are going to be pro-gun. You're going to have people that are neutral, and you're going to have people that are anti-gun. Mm-hmm. But the issue with Governor DeSantis, and I've heard this from a number of people, is that he's a former military officer. He's a former JAG officer. For folks that don't know, JAG is the Judge Advocate General Corps. They're the military lawyers.
Right.
I believe he was in private practice as a lawyer, and prior to him being governor, he was a sitting member of Congress. So he knows how to play the game of politics. He knows how to wheel and deal. He knows how to play the game of quid pro quo. So the question is he honestly pro-Second Amendment, which, again, I hope he really is, and he's just having to fight the bureaucracy that is the state party infrastructure of a bunch of country club elitists and former blue dog Democrats that became Republicans, or is he just playing the dog and pony show of your typical politician doing the classic, they grab a double-barrel shotgun and they do the pose out in the field with a duck or dove. Hey, I'm pro-Second Amendment. Look at me hunting. And that's that. That's the question.
Yeah. Well, we can only judge this. None of us are friends with him, right? That I know of.
Correct.
None of us know him. Yeah, have any experience with him. We can only judge by your actions here, right? I mean, what else can we look at?
Actions speak louder than words. And politically, the majority of his first term as governor, because I do think he will get a second term. I hope, I pray, because Charlie Crist, no, I don't want him.
Chris is not.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Charlie Crist is not going to win it.
I would rather be governed by a dolphin with a tattoo of Tampa than be governed.
Wait. Do you mean an actual aquatic dolphin or just a Miami dolphin?
Aquatic dolphin, yes.
Not the Miami. I don't know. I kind of go for the aquatic dolphin.
Yes, aquatic dolphin. I'd rather be governed.
God rest the spirit of Don Shula. His perfect season Dolphins don't exist anymore. But anyways, that's the issue with DeSantis. And the majority of his legislative term, or not legislative, of his gubernatorial time in office, he's been silent on 2A issues. And this is really the more interesting thing, legally speaking. So in 2021, he signed Senate Bill 1884 into law. And what was that? It was a bill that strengthened and added teeth to the state preemption law. And it did three things specifically. One, if you had any sort of individual or political subdivision have unwritten gun control, basically. So if you have verbal orders, that could be held and viewed as a violation of state preemption. Secondly, it's strengthened the plaintiff's case, especially if you had a place do it and then rescind whatever gun control they were pushing. So let's say, again, the city of Gainesville institutes an assault weapons ban. The person files a lawsuit against it. Before the case is fully heard, the city repeals the assault weapons ban. Guess what? The lawsuit could still go forward. There's standing. So he literally signed a motion that might very well be used against him now. That's the question.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if anyone is actually going to use it against him, but yeah, I see what you're saying. So let me just interject.
Yeah, well, if not him against, I just mean if not him against, I mean against either FDLE, his campaign, someone in his office. That's right by that.
Yeah. So Lola says this. She says, I think it's really weird because DeSantis gives public speeches all day long with security detail and folks come as they are. I'm not sure. Do you think that's true that he does that?
So from what I've seen studying his campaigning, he does two types of styles of campaigning. He either does a more of a pre-scripted event like what's going on tomorrow in Alachua, where you buy tickets and you show up and it's advertised and it's all that. And then he kind of does he magically pops up in a place like a local business or an establishment or, a little mom and pop place. And he's there and he's like, hey, hi. And he shakes hands and he leaves.
Okay.
Now, to my knowledge, the way that works is those pop-up events, they're kind of pre-coordinated, but it's a very tight-knit circle. So you'll have like a couple of very high influential figures in that community that know he'll be coming, but the rest, they don't spill it, they don't advertise it, they just kind of keep it as that. And FDLE, I have to give credit to FDLE. It's a very hard job to do protective operations. It's not an easy job. It's half the time it's a boring job. Some of these agents will sit there a couple of days in advance staring at a dumpster. It's a crappy job.
Yeah.
So I understand from the public safety.
It's monotonous for sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's monotonous. Mm-hmm. But that's kind of how both is. So with the pop-up events, since it's not really advertised, there's not a lot of planning that could go on if someone wanted to do something malicious towards him.
Okay.
Versus, the longer advertised campaign rally type event where, hey, it's going to be like a $50 plate dinner or $20 ticket type deal.
Right. Okay. What were you going to say, Patrick?
Yeah.
I was just going to say I didn't realize the Constitution gave a shit about what law enforcement thought about safety.
So, first of all, I think there are rumors out there that DeSantis does not like people. I've heard that. I don't know if that's coming from like the media, the media trying to downplay DeSantis. My personal beliefs is there's always truth to something. So just because I don't like the media and I know that they don't like DeSantis, obviously, that doesn't mean that it's true, but I've heard that kind of thing. And you were describing when you were trying to talk to him, how he kind of brushed it off and all that kind of stuff. I think, you said, hey, it could have been a lot of things going on, but this is possible that he's just, that it's really coming from DeSantis and he is really genuinely worried about people, but
it could be. Yeah. And look, I mean, if I was in his shoes running a campaign, trying to be a husband, trying to be a father, trying to be, a good governor, I get it. At some point, it does get monotonous and it does get tiring. I get that. I completely understand that. So, again, I'm not trying to just completely throw him under the bus and badmouth him. But, again, he is the governor. The buck stops with him on state-level issues.
Yeah, and and the thing is that we, you either believe in the Second Amendment. Well, I think even like it doesn't matter what you believe in at this point. There's a law in Florida, right? That's on the books.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the bottom line here. Yeah, it's on the books. So we're either following the law or we're like, hey, you know what? I'm the governor and I don't need to follow the law, even though I have a security detail, even though who's ever threatened DeSantis, I'm sure he's gotten threats, but who's ever seriously tried to get at him or any governor here in Florida in the past?
I can imagine.
Look, I can't say certain things because part of my law enforcement career was working, doing protective operations in the past. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to completely open the book on how, but elected officials get threats. Mm-hmm. A lot of elected officials get a lot of threats, and especially someone like the governor. Mm-hmm. So these threats have to be treated as credible. They have to be investigated. They have to be researched. So are there possible viable threats against the governor? I wouldn't doubt it. Mm-hmm. But you have, as a public official, serving the public, you have to balance that with your responsibilities of serving the public.
Yeah, you got if the danger is mitigated and you have security, fine. But why? If you're saying that you're pro Second Amendment and all that kind of stuff, why bar people who are pro Second Amendment and believe in you and spend the money to come attend your event?
Why bar your supporters? Why bar the people that support you from exercising their rights? The people that would what's funny is when Brian Kemp, Georgia's governor, signed constitutional carry into law, you had Second Amendment advocates. They were armed in the room when he signed the bill. But I'm going to go even a step further.
And he's fine.
Yeah, and he's fine. But I'm going to go even a step further. The state capitol, you could conceal carry in the state capitol, in any part of the state capitol, as long as it's not a legislative function, which means you could legally carry in the governor's office.
Mm-hmm.
So legally, you could carry in the governor's office, but you can't carry at a governor's campaign event. That kind of seems hypocritical.
Yeah, we've got 20-something seconds here, so I think Lola is saying this is why I think it's the venue or the Alachua County Republican Party. I think we'll get into that and see, like, you know, we'll have that discussion at least. Is it the governor? Is it the Republican Party? Is it the venue? We're going to do all those things.
We'll talk about that after the break.
Yeah, let's take the break and come right back.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization like TUSC Crypto. TUSC cryptocurrency is a firearm-friendly e-commerce option for online payment transactions, secured on the blockchain. So when you're in the crypto market, please consider TUSC, TUSC.
So here's what I would like to do. Let's start with the venue. We can get Babyface. I don't know if you have something to say here.
No, I have no idea.
Well, I mean, you live in Gainesville. If I were to rank all of these, I would put Gainesville itself as a venue high up on wanting to do this, right?
Sounds like it's the city of Alachua. It's not the city of Gainesville. So the type of people that live in Gainesville versus the type of people that live in Alachua are very different.
Okay, this is true. Yeah. So very different in what way? Do we think they're probably more
anybody? I mean, if you look at the map of who voted for DeSantis, the city of Gainesville was blue. Every outlying community around Gainesville,
including Alachua, right?
Including Alachua. That tells you kind of how people vote. Most of the outlying areas around Gainesville I would mark them as middle to far right. Anywhere conservative in between. They're not. They don't lean left at all.
Yeah, most of those places didn't have mask mandates. I think only Gainesville did, right? Around here,
Gainesville was the only one. I went. Alachua County did, so all of the areas technically did. But if you went to the Walmart outside of Gainesville, they didn't give a shit. Nobody gave a shit.
So okay. So we've got that. Now, what about the Republican Party? Because I find that the Republican Party, which is based in Gainesville,
RINO.
Yes, rhinos, in my opinion.
An animal that should be going extinct.
Right. So I know you were looking into all of this, Lewis. Have you gotten any feedback other than what, for example, Guns and Gadgets was talking about? Because I think everyone was bouncing it around.
So I filed a Freedom of Information Act request with both the governor's office and FDLE. The governor's office responded fairly quickly, and their response was basically, hey, it's not us. Go talk to FDLE. I sent a standard request through their public request section, and I also sent a request directly to their general counsel. And the only response I've gotten back is, hey, we got your request. We're processing it. Have a nice day. I also shot an email off.
They have a huge amount of time that they can take to process that, right?
Pretty much. Their response is, look, we process requests as we get them. So if you're on the bottom of the list, have a nice day. And I don't know what their list is, so. But it is what it is. I also shot an email to the DeSantis campaign, not the governor's office, because remember, those are two separate instances. The campaign is a private political entity.
Okay.
And also to the Republican Party of Alachua County, the Alachua REC, for clarification. And I haven't gotten any word back from either of them. So that's where we're at with that.
So now, there's just one thing. Go ahead.
Now, going back to it, bouncing back and forth, we already have an independent source, Mr. Lee Williams again, where he spoke to Ann Stone, the Alachua REC chairman or chairwoman, and she stated that, hey, it's not us, it's the DeSantis campaign and FDLE mandating this. So we could just from that, we could kind of infer that even if the Alachua REC is rhino, which I kind of agree they are, but we could infer that they aren't the ones even pushing this. that it's either someone in the DeSantis campaign or it's someone within FDLE. And if it's within FDLE, it could be something as simple as one of the protective operations agents has a standard boilerplate form that they've been using for the last 20, 30 odd years. And it's just, here you go.
Yeah. So here's what I wanted to put in here. So when I look for this on the news, what's up, Patrick?
No, I get to your question first because I am going to jump your question when you're done.
Yeah. So here's the thing. We were looking at the news earlier, right, to see if there was any news on this. There isn't any on this specific whether or not you could have guns things. But the Gainesville Sun said Governor Ron DeSantis is scheduled to speak Thursday to a sold-out crowd in Alachua. But however, it's closed out to media outlets. So media outlets not allowed to be there. So that's something that we know is directly happening there, right? They're closing out media outlets. So my question there is, obviously they're blocking people out. I'm not sure why they wouldn't want media outlets there either.
Look, it's a private political fundraiser. If they want to block the media, they can.
Yeah, they don't. Okay, and they probably don't want any hot mic moments or anything like that. Now, here's the other thing that I was going to say. I did speak to someone who's going to this event, right? And and he was actually talking to a friend of his that invited him there. And that guy was saying, you know what, there's a whole... So he was asking, because he was like, oh, I heard I can't take guns to this thing. What's going on with this? And that guy was saying, you know what, there's a whole bunch of stuff going... There's a whole bunch of rumors going on about this thing. Everyone's making up stuff. That was his response. This is someone who's actually serving in Tallahassee right now.
This is somebody who's a known...
Someone who you know.
Fucking liar. Well, not a liar, but his judgment is so skewed in the wrong direction that he should never work in politics ever. But he's got an R in front of his name, so all the Republicans keep hiring him.
Right. So you're probably gonna run into this guy tomorrow because you're gonna be out there. You're gonna be out there protesting this, right?
Let me continue with my anger and say,
oh Lord, here we go.
This is somebody who to my face told me that 18, 19, and 20-year-olds should not have a constitutional right to a firearm because, I mean, what's an adult, really?
Yeah, this is true. I'm a witness to that. We're talking about Keith Perry.
Oh.
So,
disgusting.
Yeah, so Keith Perry's going to be there, and a friend of mine's going to be attending that thing with him because they're apparently friends. I should show you a picture so that when you're out there, you make sure you get... You know, if you're gonna do any video like man on the street video, you should get those.
That's You know, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be trying to raise awareness on this on people that go, but you know, we're not looking to be confrontational. We're not looking to riot. It's simply going to be a man on the street, and at the same time, our friends over at Guns and Gadget and our friends over in Legally Armed America, Paul Glasgow, you know, we're going to try to do a live feed with them just to kind of give their viewers an up to date of, hey, what's going on, because they're good allies of GOA.
Yeah.
So
make sure you tell Guns and Gadget to get Alachua and Alachua right now. I'm just making. I texted him actually because I was looking at his video and he's like, "Yeah, I guarantee you people are gonna send me a bunch of comments." So the first thing I did was, I said, "Yeah, you pronounce," which I pronounce it wrong all the time. So. And then he thought
they will get on you.
Funny.
People that live in that area will get on you and tell you it's Alachua, and I'm like, it's
whatever. Yeah, exactly, whatever. But I was harassing him last night about that, and then he responded to me this morning. You know, because he was like, "Yeah, I know. I guarantee you, people are going to be complaining about this." So, what were you going to say? What were you going to say there? Okay, go ahead.
So, leading off of this further, what are the inroads here? Like, this is going to go down. The way I see it, as a practical person, the way I see it is, tomorrow's event's going to go off without a hitch. No guns are going to be allowed in. What are the steps that can be taken to make sure this doesn't happen?
Only the gun guys are going to complain about this, by the way. The media is not going to cover that. Yeah, they're just going to cover that they weren't invited.
Your average Republican won't care, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. The end result of this is to raise awareness. And again, I don't want to be critical of the governor, but sometimes you have to be critical and you have to throw criticism when it's warranted, because that's our responsibility as citizens. We were entrusted to hold our elected representatives accountable, and that sometimes means you have to go to a really popular guy that's done good in 95% of the things and say, "Hey, you kind of screwed up on this," and that's the goal, because I want Governor DeSantis to fully back constitutional carry. I want him to use his office as a bully pulpit to push constitutional carry. I want him to use it as a bully pulpit to push repeal of red flag laws, to further strengthen our rights here in Florida. Yeah. So the end goal is to educate Floridians and say, hey, look, you cannot sit on the sidelines and just take the spoon feeding and be like, oh, okay, well, they say this. No, you have to hold them accountable.
Yeah.
No more, no less. That's all this is all about.
Yeah, this is the thing. Look, I think there are going to be a lot of Republicans out there, especially the rhinos, who are going to say, oh, what's the big deal? The governor is entitled to safety and security. Okay, so the rest of us. So I get that. They're going to poo-poo it, but we have to, it's not going to get to the media, and therefore he's not going to feel that pressure to do something to prove to us that he's really pro 2A, unless we make enough noise to get it out there. And I think, I commend you on doing it, and everyone else is bringing light to it. But I think people in Florida really need to push this issue with not just the governor, but all these Republicans that are here running the state and not doing this.
I just want to flip it on this real quick. If it was a Democrat doing this, you would hear the entire conservative sphere up in anger, going, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. This is wrong. This is horrible. This is an absolute travesty. But the fact that it's Governor DeSantis or someone, and I'm not specifically saying it's Governor DeSantis, but someone in his campaign, someone somewhere is doing this under his authority or in his authority. That you can't let it slide, because if we allow Republicans to do this, then we're basically allowing Democrats to do the same thing. We have to hold all of our elected officials accountable, and we have to be a nation of laws, because if not, then it's do as I say, not as I do, laws for thee, not for me, and we end up like being California or New York or California. That's what I meant to say.
Right, yeah, we have to stay vigilant on top of these guys. Lola says every year there's no media, so that's not new. Also, one of the things that I heard from the folks out there, and I think you said it, and I heard that from other people, is that if we rock the boat too much, DeSantis is just going to cancel altogether. Okay, so what?
Okay, I don't care.
Yeah, that's how I think about it. Like, okay, let him cancel.
I look at it this way: the governor, again, the buck stops with him, and he could do one of three things. As Patrick, as you said, what I think is going to happen, I agree with that. That he's going to tomorrow, the event's going to go off without a hitch. Everyone's going to act as if nothing happened. The governor's going to show up. He's going to do his thing, and he's going to leave, and he's going to go to sleep wherever he goes to sleep. At the end, it's going to be that. He could make a statement and say, hey, look, someone in my campaign screwed up. I'm sorry. I'm taking responsibility for it. Is it a big thing? No, I'm still the governor. I'm taking responsibility for it. I want to respect people's rights, and I want to respect the laws we have on the books. We're going to fix this. And the other thing is he could just completely outright cancel it and reschedule and go, okay, I'm doing it on private property at the end. Those are the three options. What I would really like the middle option to happen, but probably it's going to be the first option.
But we have a higher likelihood of a dolphin becoming the governor of the state of Florida before we see
When
that.
is the last time you've heard a politician apologize for anything?
The last time was never.
I don't disagree with this.
Do you hear Trump apologizing for any of the anti-gun bullshit he did when he was in office?
I don't disagree with this concept of never apologize, because the modern society, when you apologize, people pounce. So I get that.
But we all do wrong stuff. Here's the thing. We all do wrong things. We all mess up. You just need to own up to it, right? But seriously though, Patrick, We all do wrong things.
I agree. I think apology is a wonderful thing, and I wish we could get back to a time where a honest apology is accepted by people. We have gotten way past that, and I think people owning up to, just in life in general, owning up to things and a heartfelt apology should be something that we look at and go, okay, we understand, we accept it, move on. But in modern parlance and modern politics, an apology makes you look weak, and it gives some people an attack vector. It gives people things to write about. So I understand why nobody does it any longer.
Yeah. Night Train says, I wonder if it wasn't for Parkland, if Florida would be much further along in the 2A crusade.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, but here's the thing. If it wasn't for Parkland, it would have been something else because it was a Republican supermajority that passed
That's what I was going to say. The Republicans here want to do this, and they don't want to undo it either. This is the problem we're facing in Florida. How many states do we have right now that are open carry? How many states?
47.
Okay. I mean...
Only Florida, New York, and
WTF.
Illinois have an alt-right ban.
Yeah, that is bad company to be in. There's something wrong with the politicians here in Florida, with the Republicans. There's something wrong with them.
The people that are, I can tell you what's wrong with them. It's folks that want to retain power no matter what. They don't care about what they pass or bettering lives or pushing agenda, unless the agenda keeps them in power and keeps their base voting for them. That's all any of them care about. All of them. That's it.
You know,
I don't think there's a single... there might be a handful. Maybe two. Maybe you can count them on two hands. How many people are in Tallahassee and actually doing stuff with a backbone? I guarantee you 80% of them are just there to make a paycheck and keep themselves in power. That's it. That's all it is.
You know what?
I have a horribly negative opinion about the folks in Tallahassee, obviously.
Yeah, listen, I would agree with you, but here's the thing. I think that if 47 other states in these United States have done it, it's also indicative of the fact that the Republicans here in Florida don't believe really in the Constitution. They don't believe in the Second Amendment. They don't practice it. You know, it's just some bullshit that they put on for people. It's just an act that they put on because they feel like the old folks or someone here needs to hear that. But at the end of the day, they're just going to vote Republican. What did Keith Perry tell us? He said, if you don't vote for me, then the Democrats are going to get in office.
That's
and then
exactly what he told us. If you don't vote for me, then we are all going to lose. The Democrats are going to take over, and the world is going to end. So you better vote for me, even though I shove this gun control up your ass.
That is the standard Republican strategy in Florida, and we've seen it when it comes to gun rights because the attitude is, okay, I might be centrist, middle of the road, gun control supporter, but if you don't vote for me, you get the Democrats, and the Democrats are going to go after everything you have. So vote for me. It's literally a lesser of two evils, and the problem is, and this comes back to a responsibility of the citizenry. The ultimate power lies with us. Our founding fathers gave us 4 boxes. They gave us the soap box, they gave us the ballot box, they gave us the jury box, and they gave us the cartridge box. And I pray to God that we never have to use the cartridge box. Because as a responsible citizen, you should be advocating through the soap box, exercising your First Amendment. You should be doing your due diligence as a voter and voting for good, honest candidates. So that means actually doing research on them, putting them on point, putting them on the spot. You have to exercise the jury box, know the law, and if the law is unjust, you have to push for its repeal or its amendment. And then the cartridge box was there as the last final option of, hey, we have a complete absolute dictatorship, we have despotism, this is the final break glass in case of emergency. And I pray to God we don't have to get that. But the biggest problem is that your average voter is politically apathetic for 2 reasons. 1, they're busy trying to live their lives. And 2, we have a society that has crafted a culture where it's, I don't have to do anything. I voted for you to do stuff for me. Mm-hmm. So you do that job. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, people forget that public officials work for us. We don't work for them. It's not what they could give us. It's what we give them.
Mm-hmm. They need to hear our displeasure as well. What was this? 42 Chilled said there's also the rope box. I think that was 42 Chilled.
Rope box.
Yeah.
I think it goes along with the cartridge.
Oh god, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. But yeah,
you would need about a 25. No, that's too tall. They used to have that. The last 30 seconds, I will say, my grandmother, before she died, told me stories about back in Tampa. They had Middle West Tampa. They still, when she was a kid, they still had a hanging pole.
You know what I forgot? You two, have you guys ever been on a show together before?
No, we had never.
Yeah, and you're both. I mean, obviously Lewis is full Cuban, but Babyface P has got some Cuban up in him too.
One quarter. My grandmother's side of the family was all off the boat Cuban.
Yeah, let's take this break here, and we, just maybe go a little bit right here. Take this break and talk about that when we get.
The Who Moved My Freedom podcast is made possible by our partners at 2A Commerce. Veteran-owned and with over 20 years' experience, 2A Commerce is the leader in custom e-commerce and web application development in the shooting sports industry. Clients include major brands such as Guard Dog Body Armor, Sylvan Arms, AccuFire Technologies, The Tactical Games, Warrior Knife Company, and yours truly, Hank Strange. Visit 2A Commerce and support this show by supporting them. Once again, visit the number 2acommerce.com.
So Dan Hates You says the government gives you the cat box.
The cat box.
The cat box, yeah. So we got an almost all Cuban gas going on here. Almost. This is like 2/3 Cuban up in here.
Hank thinks that he is a little bit of everything.
No, I didn't say I'm not a little bit Cuban. No, not at all.
Look. Hank lives in Florida, which means at some point he's had enough Cuban food to qualify as Cuban.
I've had a lot of Cuban food, minus pork, of course. But
disgusting. You are disgusting.
It's the most
pork
magical
is the backbone.
Wrong. Go ahead. It's the most magical animal. It gives me jamon. It gives me bacon. It gives me lechon. It gives me chicharron. It gives me sausage. I mean,
I don't know why Hank. He's just a sad man.
We all have our defects.
The pork is no good for you, man. Pork is no good for you.
If it's
but
not
red
good
meat
for me,
is
no bueno.
If pork is not good, I don't want to be right, Hank.
Yeah, exactly.
42 Chilled said Cuban barbecue.
You put a whole pig in one of those China boxes? Mm.
See, you said China box. It's gahachina.
You get it right, Patrick.
Excuse me.
There you go. So, all right. So, I don't know what we're going to get out of this. I think it's only the guys in the gun community that are going to make a stink about it. But I think that's right. We got to make a stink.
I think what we're going to get out of this is again going to send a notice to the DeSantis campaign. There has to be someone monitoring social media and the various gun blogs and periodicals and all that, and there has been a little bit of traction on this in that sphere. So someone probably has brought it up to some campaign poll watcher, strategist or something, and they're probably monitoring and go like, "Damn, we kind of screwed up. Let's fix this."
Mm-hmm.
And as Patrick said, is there going to be a public apology? Probably not, but there's probably going to be a change in political strategy and the way things are handled in the future. And that's the way this works. This is reality. So am I looking I would love, again, for the governor to just come out and say, hey, look, I screwed up. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
I mean, I'll take them actually doing something about the gun control we have in Florida. I'll take that. I don't need an apology. Stop the bullshit and get rid of the gun control and give us open carry. How about that?
Any time we get a Luis Valdez article about ballots or not ballots, whatever they were in the dumpster out back of the guy's place, and it doesn't surprise me, and it makes me dislike the Tallahassee Rhinos so much more.
Yeah. DCG44 says if you don't speak up, nothing will change.
It's true. Yeah. No, it's true, and I agree with it. I'm interested to see if anything comes of it, because
I think they're starting to realize that you can't get away with shit anymore.
Yeah,
yeah.
You know, back in 2018, when I spoke with Senator Dennis Baxley, and I asked him a very simple question: hey, look, why are Republicans pushing pro-gun control, and why are they blocking pro-gun legislation? And his response was simple: they take silence as approval. And if the gun community, if the firearms owning community of Florida and across the country, if they stay silent, lawmakers take that as approval. They're going to take it as, hey, they like me being anti-gun. They like me being weak on gun rights. They like me not pushing the issue. They like me not standing up. But that's the thing. If you study any civil rights movement, whether you agree with their political goals or not, most civil rights movements have achieved their goals because they did three things. They didn't back down, they were loud, and they were proud of what they were pushing. And as law-abiding gun owners, it's a very difficult position for us. We want to be loud, we want to be proud, but a lot of people are afraid of the political and social pushback because of employment, because of family, because of safety, because of things like that. But in the end, if our founding fathers literally pledged their sacred honor, their lives, and their wealth to establish this country the way it is, gun owners and Americans and Floridians could take the time out of their busy days and spend 5-10 minutes, call up the governor's office, call up their elected officials, show up to local campaign rallies, show up to local town hall meetings, and press the issues. No more, no less.
Yep, can't argue that. I think that's well said. Go ahead, Patrick.
The founding fathers would have watered the Tree of Liberty a couple of times over if they were still alive. I like to think.
Yeah.
I don't know that they would have tolerated the nonsense that modern society has allowed us to tolerate, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, let me Asper Warrior drop some scripture on us, which I am gonna quote right now. Actually, let me see if I can throw it up here on the screen for everyone. I have to use my phone here. Let's see. I'll put it up there. Let's get this up there. Okay. Asper Warrior says, then a voice told him, "Get up, Peter, kill and eat." "Surely not, Lord," Peter replied. "I have never eaten anything impure or unclean." The voice spoke to him a second time. "Do not call anything impure that God has made clean."
That's right.
Yeah, and Asper Warrior says, Jesus says eat bacon and rejoice, basically.
That's right.
So there you go. A rebuttal.
And look. Before I get stoned or hanged or beaten or torched or anything, I just want to look. If anyone is not eating pork because of religious reasons or cultural reasons, look, I'm not in any way denouncing you. I'm just making fun of Hank here. That's all.
Which is totally fine.
You're too nice. You're too nice.
Hey, look, I'm going to defend the First Amendment as much as I defend the Second Amendment. People have the rights to their religious beliefs, whether I agree with it or not. Very simple. If they don't want to have pork because of religious preferences, hey, no problem. Good. Just don't go after me. Don't go after me for enjoying it.
Yeah,
Just
and by the way, there's lots of religions that don't eat pork. Muslims don't eat pork. Yeah. Jewish folks don't eat pork. My dad was a 7-day Adventist. That's the reason why I was raised not eating pork. You know, so there you go. He's since converted to basically he's a Scientologist now. But I just grew up like that, you know. So
do they eat pork?
I have no idea, man. That's a good question.
They eat their own.
Look, it just comes back to this. This is the very simple philosophical discussion or mindset that we can leave this at. If it doesn't pick my pocket or kick my shin, why should I care?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, if it doesn't pick your pocket or kick your shin, eat it. But whatever.
Well, yeah,
I thought we were talking about pork still.
Well, I have look. I have room for all of God's creatures on the dinner plate next to mashed potatoes, gravy, rice, and beans. So, but look. For your listeners and your viewers that are serious about this, look, this is the honest truth. We all have inalienable rights. We have the rights to freedom of speech. We have the rights to freedom of religion. We have the rights to keep and bear arms. We have the right to be secure in our home, in our person, in our property. We have the right not to self-incriminate ourselves. Mm-hmm. And these rights are to be upheld and defended. And if need be, I've taken that oath to defend it with my life, and I know many others have. And again, I might not agree with some of the things other people do, but damn it, I'll defend their right to do it. Just like I know they'll defend my right. Because I know some people that they don't like guns. But they're not going to go after me and take my guns away. They respect it. And that is what we have as a society that we need to understand. Our rights are inalienable. Mm-hmm. If you have someone that doesn't like it, hey, they have the right and the freedom not to exercise that right. What they don't have is the right to try to take it away from each other.
Right. Now, there's a couple of things going on here. I don't mean to, change the mood or anything, but I just noticed you have some kind of weird rainbow earring hanging from your ear. What the hell is this?
I don't know that that's an earring.
So I'm going to explain it very simple. I have a 3-year-old running around, and this is the only headsets that still work. They're hers.
Oh, okay. Okay, there you go. All right, I guess that's acceptable. The whole show, since you came on, I've been like, well, I don't know what Lewis.
I figured it was a headset. I just didn't know why.
It's my daughter's headset. She broke my headset. I can't find the other headset, and I'm like, well, this one's still here. Does this work? At first, I thought they were just earphones. But no, it's actually a headset. It's from the dollar store. It works great, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah, right, okay. It looks sexy on you. Not judging at all, Yeah. Looking good.
I was hoping you were going to ask about, the bayonet behind me or something,
No, I mean, I was gonna say, man, go ahead, you can show it. You throw on a nice gold chain, I know you have. That's go straight to the club.
Yeah. No chain today, man. No chain today.
Oh, okay. All right. So, then the other thing is, I have to go back here and see who said this. Let me see who said this here. Shelly Fungus says, I don't trust anyone who doesn't like bacon. LMAO. I do like bacon. I like turkey bacon, which is is the feathered pork.
No, turkey bacon's not bacon. Bacon.
Okay. I'm gonna give Hank defense on that because my wife's side of the family is from Puerto Rico, and she cooks up a mean pavelchon, which is basically turkey that tastes like lechon, like pork. Mm-hmm. So I could give Hank credit on that.
Yeah, and beef bacon is pretty good too. I like beef bacon.
You're a wrong man. You're a wrong man.
So I technically like bacon. I just don't, pork bacon.
Next thing I know, Hank is going to tell me he likes Bryco's, Jennings, and High Points.
Yeah, Hank's all about those Jennings.
I'm all about High Points. High Point sponsors this show, damn it.
I know.
High Point does sponsor the show.
Hey, I actually got to give High Point credit. They make an affordable handgun that works with a lifetime warranty, and I think to the point that if you saw the thing in half and videotape yourself, they'll still replace it. They'll be like, nope, lifetime warranty. Here you go.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you bought it used. You could be the 10th person who owns it.
I legitimately I rag on High Point because it's just fun, but they legitimately make, and I'm not just because they sponsor it. No, they actually make a viable gun that is extremely affordable because gun control is also rooted in screwing over the poor. And High Point brings a viable product to the working class to be able to defend themselves. So, hey, mad props to that. Because not everyone can afford $1,000 1911.
Yeah, true.
Try to use that argument against a Dem or against a lefty. It's hilarious how that goes.
Yeah.
We want to raise taxes on this. We want to raise the price on this. Well, that's going to affect poor people.
Yeah. And, tax bullets.
Oh, no, lower black people, lower community people. Oh, wait. They get all real quiet when that comes out.
Yeah. And
minorities disproportionately affected.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, High Points work, man. We've looked at a whole bunch of budget guns, and there's always one problem. High Points are ugly. I know they sponsor us. I love them. They're awesome. They are ugly mofos.
I just want them to make. I want them to make the 45 carbine that could fit in the old Battlestar Galactica style looking Beretta knockoff case, because I would love that in 45, but it looks like a Beretta CX4. That would be cool.
No,
you have an HK.
Yeah. I love to flex with my 9mm carbine, but I have to say the High Point I have a High Point 9mm carbine in the downstairs. That thing ran flawlessly, and it was pretty fun to shoot.
Right back.
Oh boy. You try to flex on Lewis. You set him off now.
I'm not flexing. I'm just saying that C9 carbine worked damn well.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, we've shot a bunch of them. What do we do? 9mm. We did 10mm.
I am not a
45.
huge fan of their pistols. Notice I have their pistol and I've never done a video on it, but their carbine is awesome. I really like it.
When the yeet cannon comes out, man, you're gonna be all about that yeet cannon when it finally shows.
It's not when.
Yeah, when I don't know. It's coming.
You're flexing with an HK? No.
Oh.
Do I need to go downstairs?
I think so.
Go downstairs. Wait. Is there a switch on that? If there's not a switch.
Sadly, no. It's not a Ruger. It's not a Ruger AC556. It's just a factory side folder GB.
I have a mini that I did with one of the new side folders from Samson Machine, and those side folders are awesome.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're spot on. And if I was going to continue doing 80s retro vibe, because half my stuff is not here yet at my new place, I do have the season 3 and 4 Miami Vice gun, the Season Wilson models 645.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
What's up?
On that note, I'm going to have to get going, guys.
Okay, I was going to say I've got an AOW shotgun. Lola wanted to know how the recovery's going. In the southern part of Florida.
Are you down in that area where you guys got hit hard?
No, I'm on the East Coast, so we're fine.
Oh.
Okay,
we're fine.
Okay, all right.
We had power loss, we had some flooding, but no damage to the house. Thank God, nothing got into the house. But
awesome.
Hey, talking to some friends out on the southwest end, they got hammered hard. And the best way to describe it, it was like what I went through with Hurricane Andrew, because I lived near Homestead when Andrew rolled through, and Homestead was the epicenter. So I know what they're going through, and to your viewers down in that neck of the woods, look, my heart's out to you. I know what it's like. It sucks. We are going to rebuild Florida, and we're going to make it better.
Absolutely. And then for the folks who want to follow up on this story going on with DeSantis, you're going to be on Legally Armed America live, as well as Guns and Gadgets, right? Okay, yep. Cool. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get on the road in the very next few days, so that's why we're covering it here now. So just to let everyone know, and we'll be on the lookout to see whether or not you get locked up out there in Alachua. Out protesting.
That is not my goal, and I am going to go so far as I will contact FDLE tomorrow morning and say, hey, look, I'm going to be out there. This is what I'm going to be wearing. This is what I'm going to be doing. In no way are we a threat to the governor. We are simply here to raise awareness on the situation politically.
Okay, cool. And when you see Keith Perry, make sure you say that Hank Strange says, yeah. Make Florida don't do it. Make Florida the gunshine state again. That's from Hank Strange. To Keith Perry and whoever he's hanging out with.
They'll probably make him pop a top, and that'll probably make me get arrested.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Make Florida the gunshine state again. Yeah.
Hey,
thanks.
If I was to say it right, it's make Florida the gunshine state. I don't think we could qualify as saying the gunshine state again, because we really never were.
Well. Yeah, that's what we got to have that conversation the next time. We were a lot better than this, though.
Yeah. There was a time when we were better than most states. Now we're falling way behind.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. I know you got to go. Yeah, I know you got to go. Appreciate you coming on. We'll see you next time around. Keep us posted on what's going on out there.
Definitely. Have a good one.
All right. Thanks, man.
Bye.
All right, here. And, go ahead.
I guess we should have said that if anybody wants to see more of his content, it's at, what's the name of the organization he works for?
Gun Owners of America.
GOA, yeah. If you go to GOA, you can almost always find something that Luis Valdes has been writing on the Florida side of politics.
Yeah, and I believe
that dude is on top of everything Florida gun politics.
Really. Yeah, Luis, he's a pitbull.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing a good job there, and I'm trying to look through this. We're going to be wrapping this up shortly here, but you know what? If you are in Florida and you support the Gun Owners of America GOA, you will probably get the email from Luis. So it's easy enough to get that. So. And if you look for him on social media and all that kind of stuff, you'll find him. So
the other thing is, I know we got 45 seconds. GOA to me is what the NRA was in the 70s, 80s.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to ask him about the Queen or anything like that. I think that's why he was trying to get out of here before I asked about the GOA, and the Queen. Remember I was all mad
Jesus Christ, I forgot about that. Oh, yeah, I would have embarrassed about that one. That was the most embarrassing post I have seen the GOA put out. Oh, my God.
Yeah. I still love him, though. I still love him. I gave him a piece of my mind. It is what it is.
Remember, he's not the one controlling the Twitter account.
No, he's not. Absolutely.
And he is on the ass of Florida politicians.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of manufacturers like Safety Harbor Firearms. SHF is a quintessential family-owned small business, totally representative of the American dream. Safety Harbor Firearms is a Florida-based manufacturer of the compact entry stock and the SHTF 50 upper for an AR-15 lower. Also, SHF happily delivers on your Sten gun parts needs. So don't forget to check out stenparts.com and safetyharborfirearms.com.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but it is freaking cold over here, man. 49 degrees. I'm checking it right now. 49 freaking degrees.
This is what I do in my office. Can you see the
you got a little
space heaters?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in the
we don't heat the whole house. We'll put a fire on if we're downstairs, or like sitting here in the office, in my office working, I'll leave the little space heater running.
Yeah.
But no, it is for us Floridians, it is very cold out now.
59 degrees outside, 69 degrees in the van.
Nice and warm.
Yeah, there you go.
That 60 is a good temperature right there.
Yeah, 70 degrees in the van is not too bad. Not too bad.
It's comfortable.
Yeah, let's run through the Discord here. Oh, people have been throwing up lots of guns in the main.
We got some Gorn in there.
Yeah, look at that. Asper Warrior. That's a Super Ninja outfit right there.
Yeah. Tactical.
Yeah. Very nice. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you about Larry Correa yesterday on his he's a big dude, and on his Kydex he puts Dr. Scholl's. He'll take a Dr. Scholl's and put that on the Kydex holster to make it feel more comfortable. I thought that was interesting.
It's not a bad idea. If you get hot spots from it, if you get pressure spots from it, I can see that making sense.
Yeah. So. All right, very cool. Oh, Night Train's throwing his in there too, so now I gotta throw up Night Train. There you go. Night Train, everyone's so. There you go. So everyone got their stuff in here. Here's what I'm gonna do.
I listen. I'm just gonna say it. I like the Discord group. I think I think the Discord is awesome.
Yeah, I think it's cool too, and it's a good way for people to communicate and all that kind of stuff. I know that Utreon itself blocks out people from saying stuff, but we don't have to use this just when we're doing the show. You guys can always throw things up in there.
You need to put a link on the website, on the Hank Strange website of the Discord.
Yeah, I will. I'll take care of that, and I'll put it up on some social media and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
So the next time there's going to be a show is probably next Monday, but I'm going to be traveling, so I think I'm going to drive and then take some time. As long as I get good internet, I'll do the show. I'll try to keep the Monday shows going, even though I'm going to be on the road for the next couple of weeks, more than likely. So I'll keep you guys all posted on all of that. Folks can ask questions and all that in this Discord. It's a great place to do that. So Babyface, tell the folks out there how they can follow you, support you, etc.
YouTube.com/babyfaceP. I think I'm going to have a couple of AK videos coming out next. We're going to take a look at his magazine. It was only $17. I might treat it a little bit worse than I normally would with a magazine. I'm not going to go crazy and drag it behind a truck because that's unrealistic to me. But I may be a little rough with it, and we'll see how it does. Got a couple other things coming as well. We'll see. We'll see what's coming out. But YouTube.com/babyfaceP or Instagram is baby_face_P as in the letter P.
Okay, there you go. Asper Warrior says, if I'm passing through Arizona, I always have Wi-Fi there. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Good idea. I know that. And we didn't get Eric Gross of Access Works on. I know we did have him scheduled, but probably something happened, so we'll work on that. And we'll get him on here in the future, in a future show. So we'll find out what's going on with that. Yeah, magazines look cool. I like the idea of you breaking up a magazine. I see what your price point is.
I don't have to break it.
Okay.
gentle love taps of dropping it here or there or throwing it over my head. Things that are realistic, I will do.
Okay.
Running it over with a truck, why would I ever run my mags over with a truck? I wouldn't do that anyways.
So here's what we're going to do.
I saw a video, real quick. I saw a video today of a guy testing the AC Unity MP5 magazines, and he was doing all sorts of nasty shit and then shoving it up into his MP5 and chambering around. And I was like, watching it, I was yelling at the screen as I was watching it. I'm like, nobody would do that. At a bare minimum, you're going to go and then put it in your gun, you know? Nobody's going to leave pounds of dirt in the magazine. It's just, who would do that?
Super Tactical Ninja, you always have to do the Super Tactical Ninja test. Okay?
Tap it against your helmet and then put it in.
All right, so look, we're going to run in the end here, and then we are going to come back, and Babyface is going to give us words of wisdom for a second time this week. It can't be the same one. It cannot be the same one, though. Okay? Cannot be the same ones. So let's run the end in here right now. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We're going to rip the audio out of this, throw it up on iTunes and all your favorite places to get your audio podcasts. We are on Audible. If you're looking for us as well, you can get us on Audible, iTunes. You can go right to the website and get the podcast from there. Lots of good places to get the podcast from. And I'm always telling you this, Babyface. I don't know. I sent this to you, but I sent this to you and Walter. But look, I'm always talking about the places that people are listening to. America is the biggest one, right?
Swede.
Canada.
I would take a
Greece.
nice, pretty Swede girl, blonde hair, blue eyes. I'll yeah.
Yeah, there's some hot UK chicks as well. I mean, I like a chick with a British accent. You know, sometimes that's my thing. I imagine Lola, but with a British accent instead of a Maryland one.
You know, I figured out the other day that a British girl can have about 2 degrees less beauty because of that accent.
Yeah,
Marley's looking at me right.
Yeah, I know. I could tell. I could tell.
They could be a little uglier, but that accent just cranks them right up.
I could tell when you looked over.
Southern too, a Southern accent. Oh, yeah. I wish Marley could gain a Southern accent.
Oh, I like a Southern accent. Oof. So there you go.
That one girl that does all the fishing.
Oh yeah, the one that does the cat fishing. That's a cute. Her accent is no joke, and I met her in person. So she's the real deal. That's not CGI or anything like that.
Marley just whispered to me, "Don't forget we're married."
Okay, words of wisdom.
She's rubbing her fat baby belly at me off camera.
How could you say that in front of your son?
Exactly. Words of wisdom. I don't know who needs to hear this. This might not be for everyone. Somebody out there needs to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
You've had you've had a hard week or hard 2 weeks or a hard month. Go get you a gun. You need a new gun. You go get you one because you've had a hard couple weeks.
Right, you deserve it.
You deserve a new gun. Go get you.
There you go. Amen to that. Absolutely. All right, guys. We will see you when we see you. We're out of here. Good night to Marley as well. Don't let him get in too much trouble. I started that one. I'm gonna press the button. Here we go. Peace. See you guys.
She's waiting on me. She's waiting right off camera.